So the green light flashes at the end of the dummy grid as 28 senior Rotax drivers head on to the circuit here at Karting Campillos. Let's have a look at your starting grid. On pole position, it's Great Britain's Kai Hunter in the 395 that will have Elia Papacena from Italy in the 303 alongside. Row 2, it's Billericay's Archie Walker from Great Britain in the 391. We'll have Germany's Sino Falke alongside Miska Kaskinen from Finland, and Germany's Joni Mertz round out the top 3 rows ahead of new senior Rotax driver Germany's Farin Megger in the 376. He's joined by Stéphane Lemonor from France in the 367 on row number 4. Completing the top 10, it's Switzerland's Mario Sidler, and also a new joinee to the senior Rotax ranks, the Netherlands' Jaden Thien. They complete the top 10. Row 6, it's Yashram Jankan, who's finally been let out of getting out of schoolwork and going to do some racing. He's back out on track, and he's joined by last year's Euro Trophy champion, Callum Bradshaw, in the 301. Edward Matthews and Kieran Kay make it an all-British row number 7, ahead of Germany's Linus Henson, who's a 2-time Rotax Max Challenge Germany champion in this particular class. Henson is joined by Vilgot Edqvist, who these days is running with KR Sport. The Swede in the 331 rounds out row 8. And it's Sam Bergstein from the Netherlands, Jere Vajelo Luque in the 342 for Spain. William Christensen and Miro Halika round out the top 20 ahead of Matteo Pianizzola. Finley Harrison from Great Britain, Camille McFarlane, Marcel Lequi, and then we've also got Rodrigo Santos from Portugal. Good to catch up with Mario Novak from Austria this morning, and he's ahead of Simset from Estonia and Michal Bartosuk from Poland. So there is a lot of cloud cover overhead. The temperature is starting to increase. We're up to 13 degrees Celsius. I'm just looking at the cloud cover surrounding the circuit. It's actually quite interesting seeing the viewpoint that I've got here in the commentary box. I can actually see a little bit further past the hills just by the final couple of corners on the circuit, but not far past that, I'm afraid. However, 10 minutes on the clock. It's down to Kai Hunter and Elia Papacena from Italy, Elia Papacena, apologies there, to bring them through out of the final turn. Revs rise, we're in the tram lines. Are we ready? We're lights out, we're off and racing. Good start from both Walker in third and Hunter in pole position as they lead the charge up the hill as it's 2 abreast. There's a bit of barging going on up the hill, but has everyone made it through? They have. So through we go. Hunter leads Walker. Kaskinen looks to have gotten up into 3rd place, so the Finn now ahead. Oh, that looks to be possibly Farin Megger up to 4th. That is the case. And Mario Sidler, I think, might be in close proximity too. Let's have a look. That is indeed. So the German-Swiss combination from JJ Racing. Spoke with Farin Megger a bit earlier on this week, and he was very, very happy with practice. Qualifying, not always his favourite part of the race weekend, but when he gets the opportunity to go racing, then you see a different side of the driver altogether. Some drivers do have difficulty with qualifying, but others just and then they shine during the racing. However, Kai Hunter leads the way after lap 1. Archie Walker just under a 2/10 behind, and now Miska Kaskinen running under the same awning as Kai Hunter, running in the Dan Holland Racing colours. And up the inside goes the Finn on the Brit for 2nd position. Farin Megger now looks to put his nose up the inside of Archie Walker. But the 391 stays resolute. Keeps a tight defensive line. Stays close to the rear bumper of Miska Kaskinen. Takes a quick glance over the right-hand shoulder, and now Walker puts the boot on the other foot, so to speak, and up the inside he goes of Kaskinen, and now Farin Megger wrestling with the back end of the card as it steps out and manages to throw it up the inside of the 399 from Finland. Now Kai Hunter trying to stretch a little bit of an advantage, but there's absolute bedlam behind, because there are people jostling for position, one of which is Jaden Thien, who's up into 8th, and he's already passed Linus Henson. Henson now in 10th position, courtesy of Callum Bradshaw. Bradshaw now up into 9th place. 7.5 minutes still to go. And the lead has slightly increased between first and second. Kai Hunter now has just over a 0.3 of a second advantage from Archie Walker. So at the moment, as things stand, it's a British 1-2. Other drivers that made it up the order: Kieran Kay up to 13th, William Christensen up to 14th. Papacena, who started on the front row alongside Hunter, has ended up rounding out the top 15 at the moment. Matteo Pianizzolo is also on a charge, the Italian from 54 Squadra Corse, up to 18th, and Gire Vaiello Luque from Monaco Competizione up to 20th place. And the train behind Kai Hunter has started to expand in terms of numbers. Callum Bradshaw gets past Jaden Thien, neatly done by last year's Euro Trophy champion and the 2020 CIK FIA OK Senior champion, world champion that is. So Bradshaw up to 7th as Ramjankan falls down a couple of places, down to 9th. But Kai Hunter still keeping hold of the lead, just commanding from the front. A little bit wider out of the right-hander that comes down out of the hill in comparison with both Walker and Kaskinen. Farin Mega and Mario Sidler have been swapping positions. It's the German that stays out in front of the Swiss driver. Sam Bergstein. So we're coming up towards 30 seconds away from the halfway point of the race, and Miska Kaskinen now gets back past Archie Walker to take second position firmly in his grasp. It's the 399 from Finland. Farin Mega and Mario Sidler have also closed in on the top three. And Farin Mega starting to pull away to the tune of about 2 or 3 kart lengths as Callum Bradshaw fires it up the inside of the Swiss driver. Last year's senior Rotax Max Switzerland champion. So Bradshaw now finds himself up into what is effectively 5th position. So Bradshaw, a very known quantity in karting, his skill set, and now has made it up to P5. Steady progression. Getting as many points on, well, as little points on the board, because the higher up you place, the less points you score, and that gives you a better opportunity for getting into the top 30 come the end of today. Kaskinen keeping pace with Hunter, as is Walker. And the top 5 now covered by 1.12 seconds. Callum Bradshaw running out the top 5. Vaiello Luque in the 342 on the red speed chassis, up to 14th position now, ahead of Denmark's William Christensen. And now Callum Bradshaw has also made his way past, in the meantime, through on Farin Mega. So Bradshaw looking to strike early. Come across the line, and Kai Hunter still has a 2.5 of a second lead ahead of Miska Kaskinen. Archie Walker has got Callum Bradshaw close to him. Across the line it was close to just 0.3 of a second, but Bradshaw is pretty much there with Walker. Bradshaw will wait and bide his time and strategically position the kart to give him the maximum opportunity for an overtake on Archie Walker. Down into the tight left-hander, into the mid-part straightaway. And Bradshaw is lining up the move, fires it up the inside, and through he goes for 3rd. Walker still keeping with him, though. And Bradshaw now gets his head down. Tries to close in on Kaskinen. with Mega and Sidler running together, holding station at the moment. 2 minutes and 38 seconds plus an additional lap still remain in this race. The first of 6 senior Rotax heats today. So up the hill they go once again. Bradshaw very much there or thereabouts to put a move up the inside of Miska Kaskinen. Through down the straightaway in the mid part of the track. Keeping an eye on the sector times. Callum Bradshaw is near on breaking into the high 19s on the first sector. A 20.010 from the 301. And behind Mega and Mario Sidler, there's and also Edward Matthews, there's a few carts having a bit of a juxtaposition, one of which that's in the middle of it. Black and white warning flag going out to the 373, I believe. Let's just have a quick check. So 373, but also in the meantime, whilst I was looking for that, Callum Bradshaw fired it up the inside of Miska Kaskinen and now takes second position. So the Brit up from 12th, outside of row 6. And he started racing just 9 minutes ago, now up to second and is closing in on Kai Hunter. And Hunter's lead is evaporating. So it's the 373. We've got a warning flag from race control there. But we're into the last 35 or so seconds of the race. And Bradshaw is closing. He's got the hammer pinned down hard. Up into turn 1 they go. Just 2/10 separated the two at the front. And Bradshaw sweeping to the outside, looking to get a bit of momentum carry here. So just be a little bit careful, make sure that Miska Kaskinen does not take the opportunity when it presents itself. At the moment, it does not. We've got this plus an additional lap still to go. So we're on lap number 10. We'll have 11 laps completed come the checkered flag. Bradshaw firing it around the outside of the hairpin there on Kai Hunter. As Callum Bradshaw looks behind and sees Miska Kaskinen. Then right up the back bumper of the Brit going into the sweeping right-hander at the end of the back straightaway. So we're going to go on to the final lap. Archie Walker still there. Bradshaw looks over his right-hand shoulder. It was Jaden Thien that has got a black and white warning flag as Walker looking up the inside of Kaskinen through turn 1. But Walker, who I remember back when he was a junior Rotax at Shennington, round the outside of Oliver Greenall of all people at Stratford. But thank you to his dad Darren for reminding me when we were on the same flight this past Thursday, as switchback and a half there from Callum Bradshaw, side by side down the hill, runs Hunter wide, and then all of a sudden Kaskinen and Walker get through, and Hunter's now down to 5th behind Fahin Mega. Fahin Mega looking towards the outside of Archie Walker. Kaskinen trying to thread the eye of the needle going through that left-hand hairpin, and Bradshaw knowing exactly where to put the cart. Two more corners to go, and Walker's now in 3rd place behind Kaskinen. But out of the final corner, checkered flag now waves, and it's the 3:01 of Callum Bradshaw that takes the victory from Miska Kaskinen from Finland. Archie Walker started 3rd, finished 3rd. Kai Hunter ends up finishing 4th, having got past Fahin Mega in the last couple of corners. So the German now has to settle for 5th place at the end of it. Top 5 covered by just under 1.1 seconds. Mario Sidler completes the top 6 ahead of Edward Matthews, Jaden Thien, Linus Henson and Vildegaard Edqvist round out the top 10. And the top 10 and across the line were covered by just 5.9 seconds. Yashram Jankan in 11th, ahead of Sam Bergstein. Then we've got William Christensen, Kieran Kay, and Miro Halika completing the top 15 positions. Have a look at the rest of the finishing order. Matteo Pianizzola from Italy in the 3:56 would finish 16th, ahead of Elia Papacena in the 3:03, also representing Italy. Yereva Eloluque from Spain in the 3:42 is 18th, ahead of Austria's Mario Novak in the 3:63. The 3:05 of Camille McFarlane from France completes the top 20. Zino Falca, Marcel Lecuy, Finley Harrison, Michael Bartosuk, Yoni Mertz, Rodrigo Santos, and Sim Sepp rounding up the 27th finished. And unfortunately, on lap number 8, a retirement for France's Stéphane Lemonor in the 3:67.